Joins us now with how the drug makers are addressing this threat. Meg, they're in high gear right now.
Yeah, they certainly are, Mel. We started to hear from them last week about this, really getting into gear over Thanksgiving, starting work on whether they need to update the vaccines to this new variant. We spoke with Moderna CEO Stéphane Bancel this morning. Here's what he told us about how high his level of concern is about this variant.
We believe this virus is highly infectious. We need to get more data to confirm this, but it seems to be much more infectious than Delta, which of course is problematic. And we also believe that it's already present in most countries. I think what happened with the planes coming from South Africa to Holland over the weekend is a good example. I believe that most countries that have direct flights from South Africa in the last 7 to 10 days have already cases in their country that they might not be aware of.
So Moderna detailing a 3-point plan to address this new variant. It's already tested a higher dose booster, which it has available, and they're going to test that to see if that could stand up against this new variant. They're also looking at 2 booster candidates they've already developed that target sort of parts of the Beta and Delta variants that may be similar to Omicron. And then they are working on an Omicron-specific booster candidate. We also spoke with Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla this morning. He told us they also started on Friday developing a potential new booster or a new vaccine focused on Omicron. And he had this to say about his optimism for the company's ability to pivot.
Next year, it is almost in the pocket, 4 billion doses that we can make. If there is a need for a new one, we will make almost 4 billion doses of the new one. So with that in mind, that availability will not be an issue, that the efficacy is very high, that there are treatments around. No, I'm optimistic. We have been preparing for that, and we are going to win this battle as well.
And Pfizer also has told us this morning it has increased the manufacturing estimate for its antiviral for next year now to 80 million courses, up from 50 million it had been projecting previously. And Bourla telling us he expects because of the way that drug works, it shouldn't be affected by Omicron's mutations. They will need to test that to confirm, but Merck telling us the same thing for its drug. So some hope there from the antivirals. Mel?
Meg, when Bourla was talking about $4 billion in the pocket next year and then is it another $4 billion if they have to work on a separate vaccine for Omicron?
I don't think so. I think he was talking about being able to turn the manufacturing over and get that $4 billion. Yeah.
And then today we're hearing about a monoclonal antibody treatment potentially in the pipeline over at Adagio Therapeutics. How does that compare to the antiviral that Pfizer is working on?
Oh, well, that's a really good question. We need to look at the clinical data to see how they would compare. It would be an injection rather than something that you take by mouth for 5 days like Pfizer's antiviral. They are looking at it in preventive situations, so that's a little bit different too. So these drugs could have different roles to play, whether you want to take a pill for 5 days or get a shot. All of these things can play potentially different roles, and Adagio is up so much because it's expected it could hold up against Omicron.
All right. Meg, thanks so much.